In this video, I want to touch our new topics, which is on topic 6. Okay, in this topic, we will discuss about the foreign exchange. Okay, the main objective of this topic first is we want to understand the basic concept and characteristic of foreign exchange in general. We want to understand the structure and activities of local foreign exchange market, particularly in Malaysia, and we want to understand the terms and mechanism that used under the foreign exchange trade. And finally, we want to know how to interpret the foreign exchange rate. Alright, for the introduction, okay, what is foreign exchange? Okay, the foreign exchange is a exchange currency of one country for the currency of another. Foreign exchange market is an arena which one is able to transfer purchasing power from one currency to another currency. Okay, so foreign exchange transaction normally will happen in foreign exchange market, where this is the place where the one is able to transfer purchasing power from one country to another country. And the foreign exchange rate, what is foreign exchange rate? Okay, foreign exchange rate is the price of one currency to another currency. For example, 1 USD equivalent to 3.8 Malaysian ringgit. The second example is first 1 USD equivalent to 102 of Japanese yen. Okay, the bank are the natural intermediary between the foreign exchange supply and demand. So the bank acts as an intermediary or middleman between the foreign exchange supplier and also foreign exchange demand. Okay, the main task of foreign exchange department in a bank is to enable its commercial and financial customer to convert asset held in one currency into funds of another currency. Okay, this conversion can take in the form of spot, which is immediately, or forward, which is forward contract, using forward contract. Okay, the bank are also engaged in property trading of various foreign currency for the profit purposes. Okay, exchange rate. Foreign exchange rate quoted express the value of one currency in terms of another. So, exchange rates can be quoted in three different categories or three different quotation. The first, we call it as a direct quotation. Second, we call it indirect quotation, while the other one we call it as a cross quotation. Direct quotation. Okay, what does it mean with direct quotation? Okay, a rate expressed such that the foreign currency is the commodity currency and the local currency is the reference currency. Okay, in expressing or in quoting the foreign exchange rates, so we have two different currencies. First, we call it as a commodity currency, while the other one we call it as a reference currency. Commodity currency is actually currency that comes first in the quotation, and normally it will express as 1. Okay, for example, 1 USD. Okay, 1 USD means the currency is commodity currency, while the reference currency is the currency that price the commodity currency. Okay, in this case, Malaysian ringgit. Okay, so in Malaysia, USD is a foreign currency, okay, and as a commodity currency, we express as 1, meaning that 1 USD equivalent to Malaysian ringgit of 3.8, meaning that this is reference currency, which is price for the commodity currency. Okay, another example in Japan, okay, 1 USD, okay, 1 USD as a commodity currency equivalent to Japanese yen 121.75 is price for the commodity currency, what we call it as a reference currency. Well, for indirect quotation, a rate expressed such that the foreign currency is the reference currency and the local currency is a commodity currency. Okay, first, direct. When we talk about the direct, means the foreign is a commodity while local currency is a reference currency. But in indirect, foreign currency is a reference currency while the local currency is a commodity currency. For example, in Malaysia, okay, so commodity currency is Malaysian ringgit because this is a local currency. So we express as 1 ringgit Malaysia equivalent to reference currency of USD 0.263, which is the price for the commodity currency. Well, in Japan, 1 Japanese yen, because this is local currency for the Japan, okay, we express as 1 Japanese yen equivalent to USD 0.8215, which is this is reference. This is the foreign currency, which price the commodity currency of 1 Japanese yen. All right. So the final quotation is a cross rate. Okay, cross rate is a foreign exchange rate derived from two other exchange rate. Okay, so we quote the price of foreign exchange using two different exchange rate. For example, given the following exchange rate, it is possible to derive 1 Japanese yen in terms of ringgit Malaysia. So there are two quotation. First, 1 USD equivalent to MYR 3.8. Okay, this is the first quotation. While the second quotation is 1 USD equivalent to Japanese yen 121.75. This is the second quotation. So, the cross quotation means that we want to express or we want to quote the price of 1 Japanese yen in terms of ringgit Malaysia. So, we want to express between Japanese yen and also ringgit Malaysia using these two quotations. Okay, how we derive the quotation rate using these two different quotation. First, 1 USD equivalent to 121.75 Japanese yen. So we express the second quotation here, which is equivalent to 3.800 Malaysian ringgit. Okay, this is the first expression. Okay, so Japanese yen 121.75 equivalent to 3.8 Malaysian ringgit. Therefore, 1 Japanese yen equivalent to Malaysian ringgit 3.8 divided by 121.75 Japanese yen. So we got 1 Japanese yen equivalent to Malaysian ringgit of 0.031211. Meaning that Japanese yen is a commodity currency, while the Malaysian ringgit considered as a reference currency. So cross rates means that we create or we derive the quotation based on two different quotation. In the foreign exchange quotation, we want to there are two price for the foreign exchange. First, we call it as a bid or buying price, while the other one refers to offer, which is selling price. Selling price, okay? So buying and selling price from the perspective of the bank. Okay, when we look at the quotation here, so we have USD as a commodity currency, which is currency that comes first in the quotation, and MYR is a reference currency, which is currency that gives price to the commodity currency. Okay, 3.81. Okay, the first three figures. Okay, normally in quotation we quote the price of the currency in 4 decimal point. So the first three figures in the front of the quotation, we call it as a bid figure. But at the end of two figures, we call it as a bid or buying price, stroke, and 20 or the price, another price at the end of the figure at the end of the quotation. Also, we call it as a offer rate or buying rate. Okay, so here we can interpret this quotation first. Okay, 1 USD equivalent to MYR 3.81110. This is bid rate. While the second, 1 USD equivalent to MYR 3.8120. Two figures at the back. This is considered as a offer price. As you can see in the price, offer price is always higher than the buying price. Alright. So the difference between the bid and also offer, we call it as a spread. Okay. So normally in the currency or in the quotation, okay, this figure will fluctuate from time to time. Okay, it's depend on the market condition. Okay, the difference between these two, we call it as a spread. Okay, right. So bid rate, okay, refers to the rate at which the quoting parties is normally bank who quote the price. Okay, who quote the price is willing to buy the commodity currency, or rate at which the calling party can sell the commodity currency. So bid is a buying price for the quoting bank. Okay, and it also considered as a selling price to the calling party, to the customer, normally customer, who ask for the price. Okay, while offer rate at which the quoting party is willing to sell. Okay, quoting party, which is the bank, willing to sell the currency, which is sell the commodity currency, while the calling party can buy the commodity currency. Means that selling rate to the quoting party, while buying rate to the calling party. Spread is the difference between bid and offer, and pips the smallest unit by which price can move. Okay, meaning that the pips, okay, at the end of the two figures at the back, we call it as a pips. Okay, therefore both bid and offer price move by 1 pips. Okay, so here we can see 90 and 10. Okay, so the example, okay, move to USD MYR 91/11, meaning that rather than from 90 cent to 91 cent, meaning that the price move at 1 pips. Okay, there are always two parties quote the price. Okay, first we have quoting parties, while the other one we have calling parties. Quoting parties is the party that give the price, okay, which is normally bank, parties that quote the price, while the calling party is the parties that ask for the price, normally customer who want to sell or to buy the currency. They will ask the price from the bank, okay, or from the quoting parties. The calling parties perform the opposite of the transaction to quoting party and only at the quoting party price. So calling party, if the quoting party buy, means that the calling party perform the opposite transaction, which is sell. If the quoting party sell, the calling party will buy. Okay, let's take the example. Okay, so this is the quotation rate. Okay, so we have USD as a commodity currency. We have MYR as a reference currency. And we have 3.88. This is the bid figure. Okay, and 10, this is the bid price, while 20 is a offer price. Okay, so from here we can see, we can interpret this quotation. First, 1 USD equivalent to MYR 3.8010. This is the bid price. While the second quotation is 1 USD equivalent to MYR, okay, 3.8020. This is offer price. You see? So the offer price is always higher than the bid price. So how we interpret this? So first we have quoting party and also calling party. First, buy USD at MYR 3.8010. Okay, so the quoting party will buy Malaysian ringgit at the price of 3.8010. Okay, if the quoting party buy, meaning that the calling party will sell. Okay, meaning that the calling party sell 1 USD at MYR 3.8010. Second, okay, quoting party will sell the USD at Malaysian ringgit of 3.8020, while the calling party will buy 1 USD equivalent to 3.8020. So this quotation is quotation from the perspective of quoting party. Bids or buy means buying to the quoting party, while sell or offer is sell to the quoting party, while the calling party will do or will perform the opposite transaction than the quoting party. If quoting party buy, then the calling party will sell. If the quoting party sell, means that the calling party will buy the currency. Okay,